Can you tell me a bit about yourself? I guess where you're from, your name, and your background?
So I'm Carpenu Ciprian. I'm from Sibiu. I studied in Cluj-Napoca. I'm 22 years old, and right now, not actually in this moment, but right now I'm an online marketer and business consultant, and I also right now I'm more like a freelancer, but I want to build a company around this to have employees, and yeah, that these are the main things about me.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So how long have you been taking classes with me?
Around 3 months, yeah, three
Mm-hmm.
months,
And how frequently?
once a week.
Okay, cool. All right, next question. And what was your situation like before you started taking classes in relation to your level of English?
I feel like my level of English was pretty good, but I had to improve on details because I always felt a little bit frustrated when when I wanted to say something very subtle, like joking, like having a meaningful discussion, a deep one, and it was hard for me to express myself like in my native language in Romanian, and this is how I felt before, and this is why I started to take lessons with you. It wasn't about the fact that I don't speak in the most correct way because I'm still not doing it. I still make a lot of mistakes, but I feel like I can express myself in a better way. And yeah,
Awesome. Yeah, great response. And so how does your current situation compare to how you felt before, now that you've taken some lessons?
I feel like it's easier for me to express all of these things or all of these subtle things, and in the same time, I feel more confident. Like I feel like I don't have to think in my native language anymore, and after that to translate it to English. I just think it in English, and in the same time, I feel like my the way I speak changed, like body language, um, my tone, and all these kind of things.
And at what point did you notice that? Like after 5 lessons, 2 lessons, 1 lesson?
This is a good question because in the beginning it was a little bit frustrating. Like in the first weeks, I didn't feel like I made a lot of progress, and I was like, okay. But after like 7, 8 lessons, I felt a huge difference, like you can't imagine. And I feel like um, because English is not something that you just learn and now you can do it. It's something that you have to practice. I had to practice in order to feel a difference. And when all this work was put together in one place, I felt it, like I really felt it. And this happened, as I told you, after 7 to 8 lessons.
7 to 8 lessons. Okay,
Yeah,
interesting. All right, now let's talk about a bit on the style of teaching. What do you like most about how I teach?
I like the fact that it doesn't look like teaching. It looks like a real conversation that we have with someone, and I also like the fact that is not focusing on grammar and like really rigid things. It focuses more on real situations, like having a conversation with someone, trying to express an idea, trying to say something interesting, trying to maybe to pitch your idea to somebody else. And this is what I like the most because it doesn't look like teaching, it looks like a real life situation.
Yeah, so it gets really similar, or it gets really close to what it would be like in a real life
Yeah,
scenario.
yeah.
Great. Okay, just a few more questions. So, what type of people might this type of teaching appeal to most, or who do you think it's going to help the most?
I think this teaching style is better for people that already have um, at least an intermediate. level of English, but they want to do it at the next level. Like they really want to improve, because I feel like it's, as you can see, it's more about feeling. But I feel like a lot of people uh, doesn't need more grammar or more words. They need real life situations in which they can express their ideas. So one type of plan that would be really suitable for this kind of lessons would be like a professional, an entrepreneur, IT people, and people that usually work in fields that are somehow more related to knowledge and information and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great answer. All right, two questions left. So next one, what would you say to someone who is considering my lessons?
What do I say to someone else who is considering my lessons? I would tell them that if they want to be more confident when they speak in English, if they want to improve the way they they conversate with somebody else, if they want to, so uh-huh, to be more confident, to improve the way, and if they want to be better at public speaking, you are a great solution. If
Mm-hmm.
they simply want to find that usual type of lessons where you have to do exercises and shitty things, they can go somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, and plus you can do those kind of exercises on your own, like Duolingo or homework
Yeah.
assignments.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, I think if they want to expose themselves to real life situation, you are a great teacher.
Mm-hmm. So, like, simulating a real world experience.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. All right, last one. Do you have a story that illustrates the value from these English lessons?
A story.
Like, for example,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a scenario where you notice the difference with your level of English when you talk to someone in English, or maybe a way you felt.
Yes. Yes. As you know, I'm having this kind of coaching calls with that team, Freedom Business Mentoring.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I felt that I was a little bit anxious, not only because my level of English was not good enough, but also because there were a lot of people during the calls, like 100 and something people. And in the beginning, it felt really, really weird. But after I started to take English lessons with you, I felt myself more comfortable. I was more confident. And even when I felt like the coaches are not giving me the right answer, I was I felt confident enough to tell them, I don't think this is a good idea. Let's try to find out something that works better, because sometimes they give you um, um, standard answers.
Yeah.
They see that you have one type of situation and they just give you the answer. And it was easier for me to express myself and to tell them, okay, I don't think this is the right way to do it. Help me more. I feel like before taking this lesson, I would have not been able to do it, because I told you, it's not just about the level of English that I have. It's about the way I feel when I speak in English,
Okay.
because it's also, it looks like when you speak in a different language, you have a different personality.
Yeah, definitely.
And I feel like these English lessons improved my English personality.
Interesting. That's difficult to measure, so that's why I'm asking you these questions.
Yeah.